It's Surah 22 and then
Beautiful.
Ayah 52. You could even go to 53 if you like. This is what it says, right? So it says, "And we did not send before you any messenger or prophet, except that when he spoke or recited, Satan threw into it some misunderstanding. But Allah abolishes that which Satan throws in. Then Allah makes precise his verses, and Allah is knowing and wise." So that's Quran.
So where in that verse does it talk about the story of the satanic verses?
Right. So the reason that verse came down, right, is to clarify why he actually asked the believers to prostrate.
Where in this verse does it mention the prophet telling people to prostrate to idols?
Okay, so then the question is, I said where he says to prostrate in front of idols, right?
Yeah. Where's the authenticated hadith?
Those would be satanic sources, right?
Ricky, do you have the authenticated source? Ricky, 1 second. Do you have the authenticated source where the prophet told people to worship idols?
Yes, I could get you Sahih Bukhari.
Beautiful. Bukhari? Beautiful. Where is it? I love it. I would love if you find me a hadith in Bukhari that says what?
That says that.
It says what? That the prophet told people worship idols?
About Muhammad receiving satanic verses.
In authentic hadith?
Yeah, Sahih Bukhari. Is that authentic?
Yes.
Is that cool? All right, bro. Because my point was...
Wait, hold on 1 second. Narrated Ibn Abbas, the prophet... Did you only quote part of the hadith? It says, the prophet I prostrated.
That's one. I don't know.
The prophet I prostrated while reciting An-Najm, and with him prostrated the Muslims, the pagans, the jinns, and all human beings.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. We have two claims here. The first claim that Prophet Muhammad recited the satanic verses. Number two, Prophet Muhammad prostrate to Allah al-Uzza wa Manat al-Thalatha al-Ukhra, and he asked his companions to prostrate with him. The first claim is from Surah Al-Hajj, chapter 22, verse 52. Allah says, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن قَبْلِكَ مِن رَسُولٍ وَلَا نَبِيٍّ إِلَّا إِذَا تَمَنَّى أَلْقَى الشَّيْطَانُ فِي أُمْنِيَّتِهِ فَيَنْسَخُ اللَّهُ مَا يُلْقِي الشَّيْطَانُ ثُمَّ يُحْكِمُ اللَّهُ آيَاتِهِ وَاللَّهُ عَلِيمٌ حَكِيمٌ. Which means, and O Muhammad, it has always been so with every messenger and prophet we sent before you, that whenever he had a desire, Satan tried to interfere with his desire, but Allah eradicates or abrogates the mischiefs worked by Satan and confirms his revelation, for Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. Actually, the answer of this claim is in the verse itself. Allah saying, Allah abrogated, Allah eradicates what Satan casts, then Allah, God, established his verses. So Allah abrogated, meaning he removes what Satan tried to cast on tongue of Prophet Muhammad, then Allah confirmed his revelation. And this is an evidence that Allah knows about the matter before it happens, and knows of Satan's attempt, and Allah thwarted Satan's attempt to throw at the messenger's tongue. The second claim, that Prophet Muhammad prostrate to the Allat wal-Uzza wa Manat al-Thalatha al-Ukhra with his companion. And you read this in Surah An-Najm, chapter 53, verse 19 and 20. أَفَرَأَيْتُمُ اللَّاتَ وَالْعُزَّى أَفَرَأَيْتُمُ اللَّاتَ وَالْعُزَّى وَمَنَاتَ الثَّالِثَةُ أُخْرَى. Now, have you considered the idols of Lat and Uzza, and the third one, Manat as well? The story actually of Allat wal-Uzza in Surah An-Najm is a fabricated and weak story that was transmitted from some of the companions in only two narrations. The first narration, on the authority of Al-Kalbi, is attributed to Ibn Abbas, and Al-Kalbi, according to Muslim scholars, unanimously, in general, they accuse him of his religion and memorizing it, and nothing is taken from Al-Kalbi. The second narration was narrated by Al-Bazar from Umayyah bin Khalid, on the authority of Ibn Abbas, with Umayyah alerting that he doubts whether it is authenticated, and he say that it is a weak story, and he doubts whether it is transmitted or authenticated on the authority of Ibn Abbas. Al-Bazzar said in Al-Bazzar Musnad, we do not have any evidence for the authenticity of the transmission of the narration from the messenger except for this fabricated and weak narration. Sahih al-Bukhari and Muslim mention the story of the polytheists prostrating, but they never mention the story of Al-Gharaniq or Al-Lat and Al-Uzza. Muhammad ibn Ishaq, who narrated this narration, was the first to point out and warn that this narration was not valid and weak, and said that this narration was fabricated by heretics, and wrote even a book about its weakness. Ibn Kathir said there is no support for the validity of this narration, and Al-Qurtubi says that the hadith of the Gharaniq is weak enough and cancels everything. So all scholars in general said that this narration is very, very weak narration, and it's not accepted by all scholars, Muslim scholars in general. This is the hadith, 14 different narrations for the hadith that he quoted, and all of them said that it's weak narration. It was not proven. It's not accepted by scholars in general. قصة الغرانيق لم تثبت. It was not proven. ضعف رواياته, very weak narration. لا يصح, it's not accepted. إسناده ضعيف جدا, very weak narration. الألباني إسناده ضعيف جدا, very weak narration. عياط في تضعيفه, weak narration. It was narrated in several ways, and all of them are weak narration. لم يصح شيء من هذا ولا يثبت بوجه من الوجوه. It is very weak narration, and it's not proven in any way. إسناده ضعيف. Albani says again, it's very weak narration. سلسلة الضعفاء, very weak chain of narration, is very weak. مرسل فيه ابن الهيثم يحتمل. It is very weak narration again, because Ibn al-Lahi'a was of narrator, and he was not accepted by scholars. فيه أبو معشر وهو ضعيف. Abu Ma'shar was one of the narrators, so therefore it is weak narration. Weak narration, very weak narration. You see, 14 different narrations of the hadith, and they all of them said that this narration is very, very, very weak. It was not proven, and it was not attributed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So therefore, Muslims in general, scholars, do not accept this narration. So the hadith is fabricated, it's weak, it's not proven, it's not accepted by scholars and ulama of Islam. Jazakumullah khair, barakallah fikum. I hope that this answers misconception. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, and peace be with everyone.